Welcome back to my channel, everyone, and today I'm diving into a condition that is on the rise and it affects many women. It's often misunderstood and it's called Frontal Fibrosing Alopecia. And so I just wanted to explain who it affects, what causes it, and most importantly, what can be done about it. So let's get started. So Frontal Fibrosing Alopecia, or FFA, because that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it, is an inflammatory condition that presents itself as a receding hairline in women. So it's mostly in women. There's a very, very tiny percentage of men that this will affect. So this is mostly for women, really, this video. But it's particularly a band-like receding hairline. It recedes right from the front of your hair, right from the ears, all the way around from the front, and it goes all the way back. I don't have it, but I'm just like, so if you're wondering, I don't. But so the hairline would be literally just going back gradually from here, and then what happens is it's a progressive condition, so it just starts going further and further and further back. And it goes and it can go so far back that it can literally, it's a scarring type of a condition that literally all of your hair and your follicles will go, and it's like a complete baldness. But then you'd have hair from here backwards. You will have hair there. It gets to a certain stage where after about 5-7 years it kind of burns itself out, but in that period of time it just goes back relatively quickly as well. You know, it's all relative, isn't it? But in those 5 years you can literally just go from a little bit there to like losing all of the top of the front of your head. So I'll put some pictures up here for you to have a look at. In a way, it can kind of look a bit similar to male pattern hair loss. You can lose up to like 5 inches of your hair, and it often starts with loss or thinning, but mostly you lose them completely. You lose your eyebrows. It often starts with the eyebrows and kind of works its way up from there. So so women that have this, they've got like have no eyebrows anymore. Obviously there are lots of things you can do nowadays with your eyebrows. You can get them microbladed or tattooed in. So a lot of ladies will be doing that, because losing your eyebrows, so you can take those for granted quite a lot, but once you've lost them, you do really notice. It does make a huge difference to your face. They really do frame you. As I said, so as I said, actually a scarring alopecia. So the problem is that once these hair follicles are damaged, they will not ever recover, because the scarring just means that, yep, those follicles have died for good. So don't get disheartened if you think that you actually have this problem, because I have tremendous success with this. Obviously, you can't regrow from the scarred follicles, but what I am very good at doing is stopping that progression and maximizing the rest of your hair to regrow, and then that can help you to grow a nice fringe from a little bit further back, or just have better hair further back. Because often, actually, I also find that women that have frontal fibrosing alopecia also have a lot of sort of female pattern hair loss as well. So they tend to be a bit thinner in the other areas as well. And so it's good we can maximize those areas, because those are areas beyond the hairline where you've lost it. You can still work with that. So we can really thicken that up. And as I said, halt the progression. So who does it affect? Well, really, it tends to affect menopausal, post-menopausal type age group. So we're really looking at, typically would be sort of 60 and above. It could be a little bit younger, but that would be more usual to be at that type of age. If you read in the textbooks, then they say, yes, it can affect women over the age of 40, because it is known. But as I said, in my experience, most ladies tend to be over the age of 60. And interestingly enough, research shows it tends to affect more people from affluent areas. and those that have autoimmune conditions already, because this is like an autoimmune condition, and it mostly affects Caucasians. The environmental factors are being studied. The exact cause is not fully understood, but it is believed that FFA involves the immune system mistakenly attacking the hair follicles, leading to the inflammation and permanent damage. Well, that's like an autoimmune kind of response, isn't it? So it may be linked to a similar condition called lichen planopilaris, if you've ever heard of that or ever been diagnosed with that, and which also involves inflammation and scarring on the scalp. So it's interesting that environmental triggers seem to be really important here. There's been a significant increase in FFA cases since the 1980s, which could indicate that pollutants and other external factors could be responsible. There have been studies that suggest a link between sunscreen use and FFA. So I've been quite cautious of this for quite some years and have been written in my book that was published in 2016 about, like, I really think you need to avoid sunscreens. It's fine if you're wearing it because you're going to be out in the sun, in direct sunlight on those particular days, or if you're on holiday, it's okay for occasional use. But the problem is that a lot of women since the 80s have been inadvertently wearing SPFs in their foundation, in their moisturisers every day, even when they're not out in the sun. So yeah, SPFs can be protecting against getting aging effects from the sun, but actually the SPFs could, if you're using them every day, the build-up could actually potentially be the cause of this FFA. So as I said, it starts with the eyebrow. So that's where you're putting your moisturizer and sunscreen is going, and your makeup is going over your forehead. So it could be. Some people say, well, why is it affecting the hairline? But yes, so obviously the hairline is where you're taking your foundation up to. And that might be why men have a lower incidence of it, but not no incidence, because a lot of men are not wearing foundation and moisturizers. They're wearing much more moisturizers nowadays, and that might be why we're seeing a little bit of an uptick in men too. I found a lot of similarities with my clients, and they typically have very low vitamin D levels. They have thyroid imbalance, and they've usually had a period of stress as a key trigger as well. So it's often, I find that with a lot of conditions affecting the hair, that it's not just one thing, there's a multifactorial causes. So if you have one thing and then you have another thing and then you have a third thing, and then you've got the hair loss. If you just had the one thing by itself, then I think you can get away with it, but it's often compounded, and then that's when you get these problems. So my treatment's really about looking at all of these kind of all aspects of your health and wellness, and do your blood tests and check everything that's going on. So I find using my supplements and a combination of that and my triple action minoxidil together with my supplements have produced really good results, and obviously making sure as an individual that I'm getting their blood tests to optimal levels. I also have a moisturizing cream for your face that doesn't contain SPFs, which is really quite useful too. So that's my Rose Rejuvenating Skin Cream. It's amazing. I wear it every day. So yeah, my key products would be my minoxidil, my MNO supplement, my vitamin D supplement, and probably my L-tyrosine as well, which is my newer supplement, but that will really help to balance the thyroid, and it's quite good for autoimmune conditions. But if you have any gut issues as well, those need healings, then my L-glutamine product, that's another amino acid that you mix with water. But anyway, if you do suspect that you have this problem, then I highly recommend that you get treatment ASAP, because as I said, we need to halt that progression as soon as we can. So I would love to do a consultation with you. I'm based in Ascot in Berkshire, but I also have a clinic in Harley Street in London, Essex and Liverpool, but I can take video consultations from anywhere in the world. So I wouldn't recommend trying to self-diagnose or treat yourself with this condition. I really would recommend coming to see me for a consultation. So to remember, I do have some really great results with this, and you can see the before and after pictures. When you're looking at the before and after pictures, I'm going to put some on my website when I can manage to get around to it. I haven't put them on there before because people might actually look at those and think, well, that's not any better. But the whole point of frontal fibrosing alopecia is that you stop the loss, because actually, if you keep it the same, then that is progress, because without doing any treatment, it will continue to get worse. And when you're looking at the before and after pictures, so not only looking at the hairline hasn't got any worse, but the rest of the hair is getting thicker. So yeah, just look at that and remember. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more hair health content. And if you'd like to learn more about my M&O supplement or need a consultation, feel free to visit my website, hairlossconsultant.co.uk. And thank you for watching. Take care of your hair. Until next time, bye for now.